inside me. So my mom was like, you should have been feeling this thing long time ago, not now. But when they asked me, I said I didn't feel anything. So 8 months, then I started feeling something moving inside me.
Wow. So the 7 months you didn't feel any movement.
Nothing.
There were no kicks. There was nothing.
Nothing. But I've been going to the hospital. All right, they give me medicines and all the stuff.
And then it was in a 9 month that you started feeling this kicks. When you went to the hospital, did they think that was unusual? Did they say it was okay, was normal?
Yes, they didn't say anything. Everything was okay. Yeah.
And when you delivered, what's her birthday anyway? What's her birthday?
November
November
2016.
So 7 years ago, when you gave birth and she came out.
Immediately she came out. She didn't cry.
Oh, she didn't?
Yes. So I was watching the nurses. They hold her up and they use their hand to hit her feet severally before she started crying.
Okay.
All that time I didn't know anything. So we came home. Everything was fine. We were living normal, like a mother taking care of her daughter.
Okay.
So when it's ready for her, I think 1 year, 1.5 years, she's not responding to anything. She should have said mommy or daddy, but nothing.
That's at 7 months. You said at 7 months.
No, after I gave birth
after
to
you
her,
gave birth to
1 year.
1 year, okay.
Yes, 1 year. When music is being played, she will not react. So I'm like, this girl is sleeping. She likes sleeping. If they are making noise, cry, she will not get up.
Okay.
That time, I don't know there is a problem about 1 year, 1.5 years to say mommy, daddy, nothing. That's where I realized no. Me and my her father said no, there is something wrong. So we have to take her to the hospital. So we visited a hospital, and they transfer us to Kolebu.
Okay.
So they book us. We went there and they gave us some medicine to use on her. Then the following week, we should come there for some tests and stuff. Yes. So after the testing of the year, the doctor said her hearing aid is 0.
She couldn't hear sounds at all.
At all. So I think they use some machines and those stuff. Yes. At all. The hearing aid is down. Cry. So they book us for another time because we have been going up and down.
Okay.
So even the doctor advised maybe it will be possible if she will get the hearing aid. But he wasn't specific with that. So going there, we have some little issue and our finances too is not that. So we have to stop going there.
So it means you didn't even finish the treatments that you were supposed to undergo for her.
Yes.
That's after 1 year, after she was 1 year. Did the doctor say that there was a chance for her to hear later? Or it was an outright she won't be able to hear at all?
No, he said if God permits, anything can happen. She can speak, she can hear. Anything can happen. So he was like, maybe hearing aid will help her.
Okay. I mean, as a mother, when the doctor told you that, I mean, you had already were worried because she was not responding to sound. I'm sure when you even call her by name, she wasn't responding. Then you go to the hospital and the doctor confirms that she has a hearing impairment. How did that make you feel?
I felt that moment, I felt like very bad because I wasn't expecting that. So I wasn't happy then because if I should have noticed earlier, maybe something would be done about it. But later on when I went...
What about your husband?
He's there. I went with him.
And how did he take the news?
He too...
What was his reaction? Tell me.
He felt bad. He felt really, really bad. Because your first child with these problems is very, very difficult. So he wasn't happy at all. And he wanted to do his possible best to take her to the hospital as soon as possible. So we did all that. Going there, the way some of them were treating us, in fact, I even cried. So I decided, wow,
What kind of treatment made you cry at the hospital? Yeah. What happened in the hospital that made you almost cry?
Back then, because of her problem, me too, I'm not frequent with the ashing and the stuff. So when we went there, she wee on herself on the floor. And one of the nurses and the doctors was like, what is this? What is this? And what is this? And she passed. The other one came and it's like, to me, nim the way show na wa Johnson Diago. So I was trying to tell her that, Auntie, I don't know. She didn't even give me mouth to talk. In fact, I felt really, really bad. I mean, this condition and the way you are treating me, I don't think is a good thing to be done as a nurse. So and she left. So I was like, So later on, later on the doctor came and checked on her and blah blah. So they gave her some medicine again to come and put in her ear.
Okay.
So that we'll book for another time. But that because of financial problem and blah 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 blah, we're not able to go again.
I mean, your extended family, your mother, your sisters, your siblings, when they got to know that Evelyn has given birth to a daughter that cannot hear, with the kind of society that we all know we live in, be honest with me, what was their initial reaction?
They also felt bad because Abigail is such a lovely girl, and with this her condition, they felt really bad, but they didn't give up on us. My family, they didn't give up on us.
They didn't think that you have given birth to a certain type of child who is from somewhere.
No. Because Abigail is so special, and the way she is, people didn't neglect her at all.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice one.
They were with us. In fact, they didn't make me feel bad. It's only 1 and 2 people who like mumu. Obia on to me in Kasa, like my firstborn, and so I really felt bad, but I didn't give up on her.
Did you consider taking her to seek alternative treatment from maybe church or other form? Did people recommend places that you can take her?
Yes, we went to several churches for helps. And
what happened when you went there?
Like, we went there, I thought maybe prayers and this kind of stuff will help us. So we went through a lot of churches for prayers, hoping God will do a miracle for us.
And during that time when you were going to, to churches and other places, was there anything that was told you about your daughter that maybe in the future, something, were you given a glimpse of it?
Yes. A lot of them, they said this child is very special. When she grows, what she will bring, we will not even imagine. And it's true, because through her challenges and all the stuff, she was able to at least do something with her talent.
What about her talent as dancing? Was this something that was also prophesied to you, or was it something that you discovered along the way?
When we visited the churches and they said this girl...
Which churches did you go? Which church in particular?
A lot, but...
A lot? You can write a whole book out of it. Go ahead.
But they said this child is great. She will go far. So when she was little, when they are doing these small birthday parties in our house, she used to dance. She can't hear, but she can dance. So we were wondering, how can this girl dance without hearing? When there is music, loud music, she can perform perfectly. And we saw that the girl is very talented in dancing.
That's an interesting one, because you just said that when there's loud music, she can perform. But also clinically, you have just told me that she cannot hear. That's what the doctors have told you. So how is it that she's able to hear music and dance?
That's what amazed me, really, because sometimes me myself, I don't understand. She cannot hear. If you call her, she cannot respond. So I'm also surprised the way she can dance with the music. So I think when the music is very loud, with a loud sound, that's where she communicates with the song.
Let's backtrack a little bit. Her school days, at the time, did she go to school for special care? I mean, a school for children who have hearing impairments, or she went to regular school?
First, we were advised to take her to the special school, but something inside us said no. Maybe the father said maybe he would change totally over there, so we should pray and just monitor her for some time. So we didn't take her to special school, but she went to
regular school.
Yes.
And how did she cope and how did she perform?
The school head is my auntie, so she had a personal teacher for her.
Okay.
Yes, who have been teaching her one-on-one.
And the teacher teaches her in what, sign language or what?
Yes. For her condition, if you do the sign, sometimes we add the sign language. But if she read lips, sometimes if we are in the house, like I'll go like, how are you, how are you, how are you, how are you, for some time, and I will let her say, I'm fine. So it took us like, if one word, like 2 months before she will be able to say. So if you turn and you say, how are you, she will not hear. But if she's watching you and read your lips and you say, how are you, she will respond, I'm fine.
But in school, she's learning subjects, and I mean, the interaction may not necessarily be at the pace that you would teach her at home. So how did her going to regular school affect her academics? Because like you said, the teacher was not teaching her in sign language, right? Do you think it would have been better to take her to the special school where she would be taught to use sign language properly?
Back then, we felt going to the normal school will help her.
Okay. Because
of the children who have been talking and blah, 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 it will help her. That's what we think it will be best for her.
Okay. Does she write?
Yes.
And how does she perform in her writing, during exams, her schoolwork? How's it like?
I'm not in the school, but when she brings her exam papers, you see she have done one, and her handwriting very neat, very nice, and she's also quick and very smart in her activities and all that. Even the teacher said they are even surprised. They always praise her that upon all her conditions, she's able to do well in her examinations.
Interesting. So whose idea was it for her to come and audition for Talented Kids? Was it yours or the father's idea?
It was one of my cousins.
Okay.
Because he saw she can dance. She have the talent. He did a program. Pram got talent, something like that. And Abby went for the audition and she had second position.
Oh,
and he said he would.
Nice.
Yes, and he brought her to Talented Kids for the first audition. We were there.
Was this the first time she had auditioned, or she had been here before?
No,
this is the first time.
Yes, this is the first time.
And she came as a dancer.
Yeah. And she performed. So we are in the house, we are praying. They should pick her, they should pick her. Finally, we had a call that Abby have been selected.
Yeah. How did you feel at that point?
I was
I'm sure
happy.
Everybody in the house was jumping and everybody was shouting.
Yes, yes. We were happy, really, really happy.
So it means that all throughout the season, you were coming from Pram Pram to Accra.
Yes.
Is that the case?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to bring the trainer in because I really want to understand how she's able to translate whatever it is and then, move to it. So let me have the trainer join me. Please join me. Come closer to the microphone. Let's have that quick conversation about how Abby is able... No, you can sit here. How Abby is able to translate whether it's a sound or vibration or... I honestly can't wrap my head around it. First of all, introduce yourself. What's your name?
I'm Gilbert.
You're Gilbert.
Known as Vocus GH.
Hey, Vocus GH.
Yeah.
Nice. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
So you have known Abby for how long?
For like 2-3 months now.
Oh, for 2-3 months?
Yeah.
You didn't know her from before?
No.
Interesting. So it means that what, you got to know her just before she auditioned, or you got to know her after the audition?
No, before the audition. Yeah.
How did you get to meet her?
Yeah, it was through her sister. Yeah, Jemima.
Okay.
She called me and she was like, she needs my help, so I should help her out. And I was like, oh, okay. So what's the problem? And she told me everything. That she has a girl and she wants me to help her because she is in a competition. And I was like, okay. So I went to meet her mom and then her family. So that is where it started.
But is this something that you do? You train children to dance?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Both kids and adults.
And adults.
Yeah.
So you can train me.
Yeah.
I'm a good dancer anyway, but I can polish up on what I do.
Right.
But it's the first time that you had met a child with special needs to train, or you have done that before in the past?
Yes, I've done that before.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
With what kind of children? Tell me what the condition was.
Yes, same way like Abigail's own. But yes, they can't even hear nor talk. They can't act. But through the vibration of the sound, they go with vibration.
So when you say vibration, I'm playing a song in the background now. Okay, I'm playing a song in the background now.
Yeah.
And so when you say vibration, they feel where? In their feet, in their body, where? I really want to understand how it works.
Yeah, because it goes when the song is loud.
Okay, please speak into the mic. Yeah.
When the song is loud, it goes with the beat. The beat controls the song itself.
Okay.
The beat, yes. So when the beat kicks, like it kicks very hard with more high tempo.
Right.
Yes. So,
right.
Yeah. So when the tempo is very high, that is where she feels that something is vibrating. So she feels it everywhere.
Okay. Because I mean, in a sound, there's so many kicks.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But in her case, she moves to. It's like the moves are calculated. She syncs with it.
Yes.
How do you manage that? How do you train her to do that?
Okay. For starting the rehearsals,
okay,
we start by calculating. All is about calculation.
What do you calculate?
The steps, the dance itself. Maybe
you're calculating the kicks in the song.
In the song.
In what now calculate kicks? No. Okay.
If we are rehearsing, the steps, the dance moves.
Right.
Yes, the dance move is supposed to be calculated because it can't be like mesa raw. So she can't follow. Maybe she can do it, but when she's dancing, maybe she'll go off beat.
Okay. And in doing the calculation, are you using sign language to count her down? 1, 2, like that, or what?
She can read my lips, and when I'm training her, I train her front, back, side, and side. So she has all the angles. So we move to the right, we calculate the right. Okay, we go here for front, we go here for. So always, any song that drops, she knows or she thinks it's a calculated something. So she's supposed to go according to what she's thinking in mind.
That's amazing, because calculating the steps is one thing.
Yeah.
Making sure that it syncs with the song, whatever song that she's giving, it's another thing I can't wrap my head around. So you've given her calculated steps.
Yes.
But how is she able to tell I am within the song and I'm not dancing off beat?
Sometimes she goes off because of the way she hears.
But a lot of the times, 90% of the time, she's getting it right.
Yeah, because it's more of always we do more of rehearsals. Like we put in more. So that makes her perfect.
This is something else. And you met Abby, like this is like the second month or so, 2 months now.
Yeah.
And you haven't had prior contact with her and all of that, but you were able to get her to.
Yes, because Abigail is smart. For that one day, she's very smart.
Obviously, I mean, like, look at her.
Yes, she's very smart. And before I met her, I was down because I was surprised. Like, yeah, her mom showed me a video, and her mom was like, Abby. So she was watching the video. She started dancing. I was like, wow, I see something inside this girl that I can bring it out. So I told her mom we're going to take this trophy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it must have been a lot of work too.
Yes.
I mean, in as much as she's smart, it must have taken a lot of effort to make sure that she does it effortlessly.
Yeah. And it's all about we train, we go to the beach side, to the mountains.
Why the beach? Why the mountains?
Because when you are going to when you go into a competition, you don't have to joke. If you want to carry the trophy home, you have to be well prepared.
But you couldn't have done that rehearsal in a room, in a hall. Why do you have to take her to the beach and the mountain and all these?
Because when you train at the beach, the sun, it helps the feet. It gives more strength to the feet because we are working with the feet, the legs. So
most of the rehearsals that you did you have done with Abigail was done at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah. For a typical session, because of course every Sunday you had, an act to do in the competition.
Yeah.
How long did it take for her to get her routine right?
For that, as I said, the way she is smart, any idea that comes in mind, I jot it down. I rehearse it first before I bring it on board.
Okay.
Yes. So it would take me like maybe 2 or 3 days. We train in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Evelyn, let me come back to you. I'll come back to coach in just a few minutes. She's training morning, afternoon, evening. Didn't that show on her tired, not interested at some point? Because she's still a child, right? Did that tell on her? Did you notice any changes in her during that period?
No, because she loved dancing. And dancing is everything to her. She never gets tired. But it's like I'll go, Abby, it's okay. Come eat, rest. Then later you realize. Because of her, because it's her talent, she never gets tired of dancing at all.
When you were coming to audition, I mean, as a mother, when you came and you saw other children auditioning, did you feel intimidated by them? Did you think that your daughter stood a chance at all?
I wasn't afraid though.
Please speak into the mic. Adjust it. Turn it to you. So we can hear you much better.
I wasn't afraid because I know what she can do. So when she came, I'm just praying for her to be picked. Yeah.
So you didn't entertain doubt that she may not even be picked because of a condition? Was her condition a major worry for you?
Actually no, because I know TV3 people are just the way they are. They will not just because she cannot hear, they will not pick her. Yeah, but what I was afraid of is when we got to the final. I wish Abigail should win, but I'm also thinking maybe because she cannot hear and talk, they will not give. Maybe if she deserves it, they will not give it to her. That's what I've been thinking. But when they got to the finals and the way things are going, I said no. God will be on our side.
Did she understand the process that she was going through? And this is coming back to you, Coach. Did she understand that how the show was progressing? Or for her, she was just having fun week in, week out? Did you let her know where she was at every given point?
from the scratch. She took it normal, like she was just dancing. But I got to a time, she was feeling something within that. No, this is a competition, because when the judges be like, okay, you had yellow, green, and red. The yellow means you did well. The green means excellent. The red means you didn't perform well.
Okay.
So anytime we train, I'll be like, Abi. Then she'll react. So she'll be like, green. Okay. So that was the reason behind all that. So
you know what is really interesting about this conversation? You're communicating with her, and you're really are depending on her ability to read your lips.
yeah.
I'm curious why you have not invested into, first of all, getting her to learn the sign language. Is it because you are hoping that this is only a temporary condition and a time is coming where she can actually hear the sound? Because I'm thinking at 7 years old, shouldn't you start practicing sign language with her? Why haven't you done that?
I said earlier, I don't feel like her going to the sign language, because I don't want to accept the fact that she cannot talk or hear again. I'm hoping that something will come out good from it. So when we came to the talented kids, that's what they were advising us, that we should find a sound and teacher or some who would teach her the sign language. That's what we were planning. That after the talented kids, we'll make sure we'll send her to the hospital again for re-checkup and all the stuff to see what we will do next.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're telling me that you believe that her condition is not permanent, right? And that's why you've hesitated to take her, right, to learn how to use the sign language. Is it because you're seeing rays of hope in her speech? Does she try to speak even when you don't speak loudly? Are you beginning to see traces of her recovery? Tell me.
Yes, because when we are talking, for instance, when we are talking right now, you can see she's just turning her face, and if you are talking, she makes sure she read your lips. And she's also emotional. If you are laughing, she'll be okay. But if you are sad, she'll be wondering. So, like, if you are in a house like this, like the way I said earlier, I'll be like, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. Then when you ask her, when she's watching your lips,
yes,
and you say, how are you? She will respond. But if you are off and you say, how are you? She will not hear anything. And so that made me feel something better will come out from it.
Let's talk about that night, Sunday, that afternoon, rather not night, when we went into the final at the National Theatre. How were you feeling in the morning when you knew that this is the day your child is at the final, and the Sunday decides everything? Do you remember the prayer you said?
When I was at the backstage, when it's left with the Daphne Keys and Abigail, I was like, I even forgot that I was among people back. And somebody said, do you know something? Go inside and go and pray. Okay?
You were speaking in tongues.
Pray, go. And the guy is like, you go inside and go and pray. Like, I was happy, really, really happy that Abigail won the
that moment when she's actually clapping when it's a one. I heard her do this. I mean, that moment where the presenters
when she was through the process, we told her that her own, when she wins, she should do hard, and when she wins, we'll get her a phone.
When you say do hard, what does that mean?
Like, she should do her best.
Oh, okay.
Her possible best.
Okay.
She liked phone.
Oh, I see.
She liked phone.
So you promised her that if she puts in her very best and she wins, you buy her a phone.
Yes.
And the phone away.
Every day she will ask of it. If she's sleeping and she wake up, she will say,
She'll be doing her hand like this.
phone.
At that moment when her name was announced on TV, what was your first reaction?
I jumped. I really jumped.
Yeah.
I jumped because I don't know what to do. I was happy, jumping all over, hugging people. Hugging people. So it was really fun.
And you were there with the father as well.
Yes. Everybody's jumping. Everybody. We were all happy.
I bet you were. And I'm sure the coach was even more happier because now you've set a record.
I even collapsed.
You collapsed, huh?
I was crying. Me of all people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I had dim, but because me, I knew.
Why were you crying?
Hey, this journey, it wasn't easy.
No, share some with me. And can you take off your spectacles so that when you're being emotional, I can see you properly? Don't hide behind the spectacle. Share some of the very tough times with me, because I don't think it was all easy.
Yeah. The grand finals.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Tell me.
It was mind blowing.
Tell me what happened.
Because a day before the finals, we were rehearsing at the studio, and they called us to do our performance first before the other, because we will be performing second.
This was the day before the final.
The finals. So she came on board on stage and she started with cough. And she was very down. She was very down, like down to earth. And
why was she down?
I didn't know. She didn't put in much energy, like. So everybody was like, what is wrong? Abigail of all people, when she hears songs, don't try. But that day she was very down.
Did you try to find out from her parents what was going on with her? What do you think was going on with her?
I don't know. She was like, so I have for instance, I have only 3 good angels. Yes, me. I have 3 angels. They protect me everywhere I go.
Who are these angels?
Yeah, that is 187. Yeah. So
what is 187?
Yeah, that is the murder gang. I have 3 bad good angels when I was born.
That protects you?
Yes.
Okay, and they were there?
Yes.
And what did they tell you?
They were like, yo, Vocus, change the track, change everything for the girl. I was like, tomorrow is the finals. Okay, I didn't hesitate. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it, because I believe in myself and I believe in her too. So we got backstage. I changed myself. I told her we're going to train. He said, okay, but we're going to change the song. Like, okay. So
you were going to change a song that she hadn't rehearsed with?
No. So before we started everything, I was like, I gave her 20 cedis.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her if she performs hard, I'll buy her phone and I'll give her my AirPods. And she gave me Toms.
Why did you promise to give her your AirPod when you know she cannot hear?
I had the AirPods in my ears, and when we are training at the beach or doing jogging or all those kind of things, I placed one in her ear. So always we train with AirPods. She doesn't hear though, but the actions that I do, she follows.
She just wants to mimic what you do, and that includes wanting to put an AirPod in her ear.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, my AirPods. Like I would dash it, because she likes gadgets.
Right.
Yes. So I have to promise, I have to do something to win her at that moment. So at backstage, we started rehearsing. She was stressed. So I did a video shoot, like a video of me dancing with a new formation that we're going to use for the finals. Yeah, so she's smart. So when she watched the video, she can do well with it. So we performed, we rehearsed like 1, 2, 3. The mind was tired.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I told her to go and rest.
Okay.
Early in the morning, that is Sunday morning, we'll take it again.
So it means on Saturday you really couldn't get any rehearsal out of her?
No. So Sunday morning I came, they were like, no, we should meet at the center, conference center. I was like, hey, Charlie, time.
Do you think that maybe she was feeling nervous? Do you think she knew that the next day was a final?
She knew. Because
and maybe she was feeling nervous.
No, the way everybody was doing, like the way things were going. She was
Yeah.
wondering, yes, everybody was preparing. Yeah, so she knew something big is happening.
Let me ask this before you go ahead. When she's unhappy or she's uncomfortable, because you don't have sign language, how do you know if she's going through stuff that obviously she can't speak to you and she doesn't use sign as well? So how do you, as a mother and also the coach, know that she's having her down moments or she doesn't even want to rehearse?
Abigail is a type of girl. She's always happy. Always happy. When you see her bored or maybe she wants something, either biscuit or phone. If she wants my phone, I said no, I won't give it to you. Then she will piss off totally. But if I give her the phone, but she's always smart. She's always happy, active everywhere and stuff. She's a child who doesn't give me problem at all.
I understand that, but she's not obviously always happy internally. So how do you know how does she communicate her displeasure to you? I mean, when maybe she's sad and it's not just about the obvious, I'm not getting your phone or anything like that.
When she's sad, you see her sitting lonely, all by herself.
Okay.
She will not talk to anybody. She'll be down to her satisfaction. So if I see that she's in a bad
that mood, yeah.
Yes, I'll either buy her toffee, biscuit, or I'll tell her, you take my phone.
And that brings her around.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to, on Saturday when she didn't give you any rehearsal.
So the Sunday morning, we went to the center, and then that place too, we have to rehearse something small before we get to the stage.
Yes.
So they called us to come and then do the performance.
Right.
She repeated the same thing she did on Saturday. So I was like, Abigail.
This is the Sunday morning. The morning of the finale.
A few hours to the this thing.
The finale.
Yeah, and everybody was down. Yet everybody. I was like, no, this thing won't happen. We went backstage again. That is where I sacrificed everything.
What did you sacrifice?
I called my angels to come over and come and talk to Abigail for me. So the first thing, for the first training we had, she was like,
she was telling you to calm down.
Calm down.
She even came to me and said,
you shouldn't worry. I told her that when she forgets the dancing or the step, she should do anything she likes. She should do anything she likes. And she did it. She repeated it again. Like, calm. So, on stage.
Hold on. So, it means that what we saw on Sunday,
It was...
she didn't rehearse it.
No.
The freestyle.
For the freestyle.
Yes.
And that was her best performance.
She did not rehearse it prior to the time.
No.
properly.
No.
And
Yes.
because of her condition, it takes her time for her to get it.
Yes.
Even though she's smart, she have to rehearse on it severally.
Go by the
But that day-
calculation before.
When she was performing, what was going through your head?
Hi.
Knowing what had happened before.
For the first performance with a mentor,
Yes.
that one we rehearsed very hard. So that one I knew.
But that was not on Saturday, that was on the previous time.
Yes.
Okay.
But for the freestyle, my phone too got lost. So everything was
You lost your phone.
everything was like cracked. So I went outside. They mentioned Abigail. I went outside. I was sitting outside because
You were not even in the auditorium.
No,
When she was announced, because you were sure that she wasn't going to win.
I know she's going to do her own thing. And the song I gave her on that day, like for the final.
He's getting
there is-
emotional.
Yes. There was no heartbeat inside.
Yeah.
This Stoneboy's track, hold on reading me a sweet, so there's no beat. And Shatawale, like my thing, there's no heartbeat. They are all calm. But just you have to go by the storytelling. Me dance like Mike Tyson, so you have to dance like Mike Tyson. Fight like Mike Tyson, dance like Michael Jackson.
And these were songs that were chosen at random.
Yes. And she delivered everything. So I heard them like for her performing for like the Stone Boys track.
Yeah.
And I started hearing the noise. Abigail. Straight where I was supposed to come inside. that is where I had the vim back. So as I entered, Nana Mama Brown was like, her facial expression got me in the mood. So I was standing beside the stage. So she did the first performance and performed same with the Shatawale song, and Nana McBrown stood up and I was like, yeah, my angels and my girls are working.
So finally, when she was announced as winner,
that is where I collapsed because I knew what
had happened before.
Yes, I was crying. I couldn't even stand.
So what next now? Are you going to train her into what? What's your plan for her?
Right now, no. We are planning something great, something big for her. Yes, and my target is outside the country, and we're going to American Got Talent. That is my wish and my ideas now.
Nice. Let me come back to Mama Evelyn. What advice will you give to parents and mothers who have children with special needs?
They should never give up on them. They should never give up on them at all, because you don't know the kind of child God gave to you. They should never in their life forget that, because every child is so special. If I should have listened to people and today I will leave my daughter just like that without.
Were they telling you to hide your daughter?
Yes. Hide her. She should be in the house. If like they are counting children, she's not among.
People told you that?
Yes. Even one of my friends told me I should give birth to another one because Abigail, like she's. I don't know her understanding. I don't know what she's really means, but it's like I should give birth to a different child, thinking that maybe Abigail is not 100% perfect. Did you get me?
Yeah.
So some of them will just laugh at you. You gave birth to Mumu, and I passed through a lot, but I never give up. And when she started dancing too, I never give up on her. I know this dancing. Some of my friends or some of my friends tell me that this girl, the way she's dancing, it will take her far, and it's true. Look at what God have done in her life. So they should never give up on their child.
And that's a mother talking about not giving up on the child no matter what. If you're just tuning well, you've missed a great deal. But good thing is we're live on Facebook as well, so you can always play back the video from the beginning. We have been talking to Evelyn. The full name is Evelyn what?
Darpoh.
Evelyn Darpoh is a mother of the reigning Talented Kids winner, Abigail. And Abigail is a special girl because she has hearing impairment, but she won the competition. She's been talking to us about, her journey with, raising a child with special needs. She shares some very high and low times with us. And we've been speaking to the coach himself, who says his target is for Abigail to get on the Americans Got Talent stage, so the whole world will see the talent that the Lord has planted in this little girl. We've got to be wrapping up. I'll take your final words, and then I'll take the final words of coach as well. Evelyn, you can start. What will be your final words? So anybody who's listening to you now, what would you like to tell them finally?
I just want to thank everybody for their support and their guidance, for not neglecting Abigail. Those who voted, and those who shown their love and everything. I said, God bless them.
Let me ask you, between you and your husband, be honest with me, okay? Who's a better dancer? Who do you think she gets her talent from?
I don't know how to dance, please. Neither my husband.
Oh, your husband can't dance as well.
Yeah.
So where do you think she gets her dance talent from?
My family.
Are there dancers? Cast your
Yes.
mind into your family.
Yes.
Who,
You
your
know-
mother, your grandmother?
Like we had this King's Bar. We have a bar. So all
Okay.
the time, music. So the children there,
Yes.
they know how to dance, Papa. King's Bar, when you say King's Bar dancers,
Yeah.
they are there.
But you and your husband, you can't dance to save your lives.
La.
Interesting. Let me come to you, Kochi. Kochi, talk to me. So, your final words to and are you hoping to train more children like Abigail?
Oh yeah.
Or maybe the journey has been too tedious for you that
No,
you
no.
don't want to explore more. Tell me what your expectations are.
I want to train more children like Abigail, because now I feel I'm safe when I'm with them. Yeah, because I can do or go more than what I did for Abigail. So anyone who is out there who wants me to train his or her child,
Particularly with special needs.
yes, I'm all open up. So yeah, but
Throughout your journey with training her, did you discover anything new about yourself? A challenge that made you discover something new about yourself?
yes,
And what was it?
at first I didn't know I could do it that deep to get this far. I knew I can do it, but my expectation wasn't that much high. You see, but it got to a time I realized that I have something within me that I never knew at first, but now it's out. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got to be wrapping this up. Thank you so much, Evelyn, and thanks to you as well,
Vocus GH.
Vocus GH, trainer for Abigail. And of course, you guys can see Abigail sitting right in the middle here. I'm going to have my own dance lessons, when we are done. But thank you so much for joining us on Unedited. We're back next week, Wednesday, with even more captivating true life stories. A big thanks to Mamia Joa Khan on production and to Kukwa Bimbo as well, Nimbo as well on social media, as well as DJ Biam on the ones and twos making the music happen. Do well to go back to our page on Facebook, 3FM 92.7. Use the hashtag Unedited and you can catch all the episodes, including what we have done tonight. I'm out. My name is Miriam. Do follow on social media. _Real Miriam is the handle on Instagram, and on Twitter. On Facebook is Miriam Osei Ajman. Have a good evening.